Toastmaster Mary Jo, public speaking on planet Mercury. Public speaking on planet Mercury. Toastmaster Mary Jo.
Thank you. Have you ever wondered what would it be like to practice public speaking on another planet? Sounds exciting, right? Yeah, but you're not thinking of all the challenges that come in the way. Fellow Toastmasters, esteemed guests, good evening.
Good evening.
A few years ago, I was tasked with the mission to take public speaking to another planet, more specifically to planet Mercury. Let me explain. It was early 2019. I joined ProToast, the only club in Beirut, the only Toastmasters club in Beirut, to be specific, that was open to the public. And I fell in love. I loved the community, and I loved seeing myself grow exponentially with every speech I took. But there was a problem. The club was overflowing with members. Every single week we were meeting, and often the speeches were fully booked 2 months in advance. So, a group of leaders gathered together to come up with a solution, and this is how Mercury Toastmasters was born. I was the first vice president of membership of this club, and let me tell you, the challenges that came to charter this club, meaning to reach 20 members and becoming an official Toastmasters club, was comparable to an intergalactical voyage. Let me take you through the challenges that we went through on this journey. Starting with the first challenge. A few months after we started, a revolution happened in Lebanon. Yes, a revolution. Angry people were gathering in the roads, burning tires and blocking the roads. So, some of the roads that were being blocked were less than a kilometer from the venue where we were meeting. So yeah, you can imagine that the members were finding it a bit hard to reach our meeting on time. But despite that, every single week we kept on going. Even if it was just the executive committee, just the role takers, we kept on going. And we refused to lose momentum. So planet Mercury kept on rotating. Then the second challenge happened. On top of a revolution, a total economic collapse. The Lebanese pound lost almost all of its value. First, the Toastmasters fees became twice more expensive, 5 times more expensive, 20 times more expensive. And some of our members were just university students. It was a bit hard for them to pay the membership fees. But we refused to lose momentum. So we came up with a few solutions. We tried to implement a system where the members could pay the fees monthly, a small fee monthly, so that we can cover the fees. And we reduced the fees to the strict minimum that we needed to pay to Toastmasters International. So, because of that, 0 fees were coming into Mercury Toastmasters. And you can imagine, after a few months, we were completely broke. So we relied on the generosity of a coffee shop owner who let us use the venue for free on the condition that the members and guests just buy coffee from time to time. With his help, Mercury Toastmasters kept on rotating. But the third challenge happened. And I think you all know what it is because we all suffered from it. Can you guess? The global pandemic. As if the revolution and an economic collapse was not enough, we were handed over with COVID-19. We thought that it would be the end. But then we saw the amazing opportunity that was in front of us. Our audience was no longer limited to Beirut. We could have members from all around Lebanon, the south, the north, but also from all around the globe. And thankfully, I had some time on my hand, so I spent time exploring clubs from all the continents. I went visiting all the clubs I was invited to. I visited Facebook groups. I joined guest groups on WhatsApp, and I sent the Mercury Zoom invitation everywhere I could find. And my efforts paid off. Soon enough, guests from all around, all the countries came to Mercury Toastmasters. Some of them were mesmerized by the Mercurian atmosphere and decided to join us to support. And Mercury continued rotating. In 2020, May 2020 to be exact, we finally reached our milestone and chartered with 20 members. It was a very proud moment as a vice president of membership. Unfortunately, 2 years after we chartered, Mercury, the planet Mercury, had to stop rotating. The members, most of them after COVID, were traveling abroad, no longer able to maintain the club's activity, so we had to close. But those 2 years were some of the most amazing years in my life. I became soon after the president of Mercury Toastmasters. I also met through Mercury the love of my life, and who became also the vice president of education. So together we led Mercury through the hybrid of online and physical meetings at the same time. And I also made amazing friends who attended our wedding 2 months ago. Yeah. Thank you so much. So, as you might have felt, Mercury Toastmasters was more than just a public speaking club to me. It was a family. It was a place where skills were sharpened, where friendships were made, and in my case, where I met the love of my life. But the idea that I want to share with you is that no matter the challenges that come in our way, whether it's a global pandemic, an economic collapse, or a revolution, the most important thing for us is resilience. I am so grateful that back in Lebanon, some of the leaders are still there, keeping our community, our Toastmasters community, alive, despite the worst situation that is happening now. So as Nelson Mandela has said, do not judge me by my success, but how many times I can fall down and get up again. So always remember, if we stick together, if we adapt, and we keep on moving forward consistently, together, we can reach the stars. Thank you.
Thank you, Tasma. Thank you.